to the show. Tommy and I are out shopping for anime and action figures. You'll see why in a second.
Where's the porn?
Today on the show, we're taking a look at Gotcha Force for the GameCube, Armed and Dangerous for the Xbox, Dragon Ball Z Budokai 2 for the PlayStation 2, and in Versus, it's WW SmackDown Here Comes the Bane against WW Raw 2. First game we're going to talk about is Gotcha Force. This is from Capcom, and it's for the GameCube. What'd you think of this one?
I think there's one thing you can say about all these style video games. You're going to have real cheesy voiceovers.
Right.
Really bad 80s rock music.
You got that, yeah.
And, you know, not much of an interesting storyline for someone like myself.
Right.
Although that's not to say that people aren't going to enjoy this game.
I picked up Gotcha Force and it said Tommy Tallarico all over it. I mean, and this game was screaming your love. It's kind of like a cross between Virtual On or Transformers and Pokemon. Because what you're doing is you're collecting all of these little cute little toy robots and toy action figure things.
Doesn't sound very exciting.
And then you jump into battles with other people, and then you can collect theirs if you win the battle. So
I'll tell you my problem I had with the game, though, was not necessarily, okay, yeah, the content, not exactly to my liking.
Right.
The camera angles, it was very difficult to tell who's hitting you from what angle. And, like, your enemies are, like, kind of circled, and you can hit the button to kind of, you know, focus in on which enemies you want to be attacking. But that being said, the gameplay itself, it just seemed like it was a total, like, you know, button mashing, swinging the camera angle. Like at one point, I was just like hitting all the buttons, and it was just like, it's like all over the screen. I'm like, what the hell is going on?
It's absolutely nuts. But I actually kind of dug that for a little while.
You know, and you can fly up. You know, you can fly up your little mech.
I like the fact that there were different toys. You know, there's all these different sort of characters with different abilities, different moves. You have like cowboy robot types. You've got knights in shining armor kind of thing. Then you have the traditional sort of Transformer style robots.
Well, I like the fact that you kind of have this whole team of people. So when you go into battle, you have like, you know, 7 or 8 people. It's almost like some kind of like weird Tekken tournament mode or something.
I like that, yeah.
Where you come in, and so once one guy gets eliminated, it goes to your next guy, and then you keep going until your team's finished. And you can play not only against the computer, but against other players as well. So you kind of get like 4 teams all going at once.
Yes, you can have up to 4
people
playing.
That element is cool.
I mean, this is certainly no technological breakthrough. It's not so innovative that it stops traffic, but it's fun for a while. If you're looking for one of those, you know, giant robot type games, you get a mini robot game here. I'm going to give Gotcha Force 7 out of 10.
All right, I'm giving it a 5.
On the positive side, there are lots of little robots and action figures to collect. You can make a cool collection of different characters to go into battle with. And although this looks like a cutesy little game, the action in this thing is actually quite intense.
On the negative side, the content wasn't very appealing to me. I had a lot of problems with the camera angles, and the voice acting and audio quality just wasn't up to par.
Next game we're going to talk about is Armed and Dangerous. This is developed by Planet Moon. It's from LucasArts for the Xbox and the PC. What did you think of this one?
Well, before Planet Moon, they were actually the original development team for an old game on the PC and PlayStation called MDK.
That's correct.
You remember that game? They worked at Shiny. This game is a lot like MDK. It has a lot of elements, go figure. The comedy and the animations and the character are extremely well done, just like they were in MDK. I like being able to, like, you know, get weapons and go into, like, sniper mode, which these guys kind of invented when they did MDK.
Right.
But what's cool is you have a couple of teammates with you as well, so that they kind of are helping you out in the quest. Best part of the game, though, they got these penguins who are about yay tall, shooting the penguins in the head.
There you go with the shooting the penguins. I love the penguins. And
come on, you were trying to say the penguins?
Talk about all the other characters. I think this is great. You play a team called the Lionhearts, and you're only ever in control of a character named Roman, who's great. He's got this mask over his face, and he's got a cool kind of tough attitude. But you also get these great guys. You get this little mole called Jonesy, and you have this giant robot that looks like it was built by ancient Roman people or something like that. Show me your papers, now!
You don't need to see our papers.
We don't need to see your papers.
Good. You're,
quick! What should I say to them? I'm running out of power!
Speak. What should he say to us?
He's running out of power.
Tell them they're both teapots. No Scottish miners. Look, just tell them we're not the ones they're looking for.
Awesome characters, you can't play them. You can't, and there's no multiplayer.
Armed and Dangerous too.
Armed and Dangerous 2, sure. But in Armed and Dangerous 1, I want to play these guys, and you can't.
I like the sound design, and all of the sound effects are in 5.1.
What is LucasArts feeding their audio engineers?
Really good stuff.
Great stuff.
The music was well done. It's kind of like got this whole Celtic vibe going on, which you don't hear a lot of in this style of game.
And the voice acting's awesome. There's this one funny scene that they completely rip off the Tauntaun bit in Empire Strikes Back.
He's freezing. We gotta warm him up or he'll die. No problem. Here's a little trick I learned back in Chaos during the live Dixon Wars. Oh, good idea, mate. What? I've seen this done before. He'll split open the dead beast stomach and stick Rexus amongst the warm entrails. Should keep him warm for at least a day.
Right, I'll be off here vomiting.
No, that's not necessary. Just stick in there.
It's great stuff. There's
how can you not like that?
Lots of tongue-in-cheek stuff all the way through.
Shooting penguins and a guy running with this guy sticking out his ass.
It's amazing.
Don't get
And I really like the cleverness with the weapons. You have a shark gun where you can actually shoot sharks. You'll see the fin going through the ground, and it'll pop up and grab a bad guy and eat him. I love the topsy-turvy bomb where you stick it in the ground and you spin it, and the whole thing turns upside down and the characters fall.
It almost felt like Call of Duty a little bit, you know, like playing that game, you're in this massive war,
manic.
You can get on different weapons as well, and
Yes.
play in first-person mode.
Of course, it has that wave after wave of little sort of small baddie, and then you have the boss battles that you have to deal with.
I think that's one of the problems with the game, though, is that, I mean, it's got a lot of cool new weapons and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, you're always just firing at stuff and trying to kill it, and it's like wave after wave.
And the other problem that we have with this game is that it's definitely no state of the art in terms of visuals, you know, or presentation. If you could have played the other characters and there was maybe some multiplayer, maybe some Xbox Live or PC Online gameplay,
that would have been great.
This would have made a big difference for this game. I'm going to give it a 7.5 out of 10.
I'm giving it an 8. On the positive side, there's really cool Celtic vibe music and 5.1 audio. It's a very simple game to get into, easy to control, and lots of weapons. And the animations and deaths are quite entertaining.
On the negative side, this has a bunch of great characters in the Lionhearts, but you can only play as one of them. There's no multiplayer in here. The game does get a little repetitive after a while, and even though there's lots of fun stuff in this game, it really isn't a technical marvel. We're still shopping for anime. We're coming right back with Dragon Ball Z.